It's Miss Zoe.
I'm Miss Allison.
I'm Miss Megan, and today we're going to be reading this story about a pumpkin, and he goes through a very interesting turn of events in this story.
After the story, we're going to make a fun activity with the different parts of a pumpkin.
And before we read the story, we're going to go over our vocab words. So our first vocab word is seeds. And seed is something that you plant to make more flowers or plants. And our next vocab word is guts. And the guts are the inside of a living object. And then our next vocab word is stem. And the stem is the main body part or stalk of a plant. And then our last word is pumpkin, just like in the story, which is a large, round, orange-yellow fruit.
All right, Little Hawk, so we're going to start with The Fierce Yellow Pumpkin by Margaret Wise Brown. All right, here we go. The Fierce Yellow Pumpkin. All right. There once was a small pumpkin in a great big field, a very small green pumpkin the size of an apple. That's really small that pumpkins even start off the size of apples. The fierce sun burned down on the little pumpkin and he grew and grew. And pretty soon there was a fat little, round little, yellow little pumpkin in a great big field. So as you guys can see, we have the little house and here's the mice and then there's the pumpkin. It's gonna grow up and it's gonna get a little bit bigger. Now this fat little, round little, yellow little pumpkin grew so fat and full of himself that he began to think he was a very fierce vegetable, as fierce as the sun that warmed his fat, round sides. Ho, 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 he would say, when I grow up, I will scare the field mice out of the field just like the scarecrow does. The little pumpkin would dearly have loved to make a fierce, ferocious, gobble, gobble face like the scarecrows at the far end of the field. But try as he would, his own pumpkin face stayed smooth and yellow and shining. So here's the pumpkin. It's so big. It grew up because the sun, it made it all grow up. And here's all of the mice. And he wants to scare all the mice away just like the scarecrow. Do you guys think he can scare all the mice away just like the scarecrow? I'm not sure. Let's keep reading and find out. Then, one day, the sun did not shine as hot as fire. And skies full of blackbirds began flying over the big field. What do you guys think is going on? Oh my goodness. There was a burning smell of leaves in the air and a crisp tingle that tickled the fat little pumpkin's sides. There were so many birds in the sky that the scarecrow was busy from before daylight until after daylight, chasing the birds out of the field. Look at all these birds. All these birds. Do you think the scarecrow can handle all these birds all by himself? I hope so, or else he's going to be in a lot of trouble. His gobble-gobble face became droopy and dreadful. The wind blew woo through his hair. He lost one scarecrow eye. The old scarecrow knew that if there is anything that a blackbird is scared of, it is a one-eyed scarecrow. Oh my goodness. Look at all these birds. And his eyeball fell out. Oh my goodness. He's going to need somebody to fix that. Hopefully all those crows will leave him alone. But then that night and the night after, something began to happen. The first cold frost came in the night, and the fat little, round little, yellow little pumpkin woke up one morning and discovered that he was a fierce, orange-yellow pumpkin, the color of the sun, a fierce, burning color. Look at this pumpkin, you guys. It grew up. It's completely orange now. Look at all the mice surrounding the pumpkin. I don't think they're scared of it yet, but maybe as we keep reading, let's see. Then 3 little children came galloping through the big field past the one-eyed scarecrow. They ran right up to the fat little, round little, orange little pumpkin, and one little girl called out, "Here he is! Here is our terrible pumpkin." Oh my goodness. What do you guys think the children are going to do to the pumpkin? Here's the big pumpkin. Oh, but here's the scarecrow. He looks a little sad to me. He only has one eye. Oh no. Let's keep reading. All right. So they cut the pumpkin's heavy stem with a little saw knife. Remember what the stem was from the beginning. That was a vocab word, you guys. Each taking turns, they carried the pumpkin home across the field to their house. The little pumpkin liked that. Oh, here's the little kids and here's all the house and they're carrying it. If you look, there's the little stem and they're gonna cut the stem off with a knife. So that, I wonder what they're gonna do to the pumpkin. I don't even know. So let's keep reading. All right. And then with the little saw knife, they hollowed him out all empty inside, sweet smelling and clean as a whistle. Then they cut one big round eye in the side of his face, a big round hole, and the little pumpkin liked that. Ho, ho, laughed the pumpkin, the fierce yellow pumpkin. I'm a one-eyed pumpkin for sure. What do you guys think that is? What's that called? When you cut a pumpkin on Halloween? Are they carving the pumpkin, do you guys think, maybe? I think they're carving the pumpkin. Let's keep reading, let's find out. Then they cut another big round hole in the other side of his face. Ho, ho, laughed the pumpkin, the fierce yellow pumpkin. I'm a fierce yellow pumpkin for sure. But that was not all. The children cut a sharp shape into the pumpkin for a nose, the shape of a witch's hat. What shape is a witch's hat, you guys? I guess I'll show you, we'll find out. And that wasn't all either. They took the little saw knife and they sawed zigzag up and zigzag down until the pumpkin had a whole mouth full of sharp zigzag teeth. Then with a loud ho ho, the little pumpkin laughed a dreadful zigzag laugh across his zigzag teeth. Ho ho ho, he, mice will run when they see me. He was certainly a fierce and ferocious pumpkin with a terrible face. So we can see the kids, they're carving the pumpkin. They already cut off the stem. Here's the stem, and they're getting all the stuff out inside, and they're gonna carve it. Let's see what it looks like. After a while, it was night. There was black darkness all around, inky dark blackness. The children came in with a lighted candle and stuck it inside the pumpkin so that the light shined out his big round eyes and his triangle nose, and the light shined over his zigzag teeth. He was a horrible sight to see. Grrr, in the dark, he grinned a zigzag grin there in the corner of the porch. Grrr. So here we can see the kids are putting the candle inside the pumpkin so that it lights up and everybody can see it at night. Oh my goodness. Look how scary this pumpkin is. They did a really good job carving that pumpkin. That's very scary. All right. And the children danced about him, singing a song to the terrific, terrible pumpkin with the zigzag grin. Oh, look, all the kids are dancing around. There's the pumpkin. They're all dancing around the pumpkin on the porch of their house. And the little pumpkin was fierce and happy, and he sang, ho, 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 he, mice will run when they see me. Oh, here's all the mice. They look a little frightened to me from the pumpkin. I'd be kind of scared of that pumpkin. And they did. Here are all the mice running away. The end.
So now, after the story, we're going to make the very fun activity in our big orange pumpkin, and we're going to label all the different parts of a pumpkin. So the things you're going to need are your big orange pumpkin. You're also going to need some nice orange string. You're going to, of course, you always need your markers so we can label the pumpkin. And then we have all these seeds from a pumpkin, and we're going to put them onto our pumpkin and label it. And then finally, you'll need some glue so we can put it all together. So let's get started.
Okay, so first we're gonna start by making our stem. So I'm gonna draw my stem, and then when I'm done drawing, I'm gonna label it. Oh, and now I'm gonna make my leaves for my stem, and I'm just gonna color it any way I want, and you guys can color it any way you want to. And so now that my stem and my leaves are done, I'm gonna glue on the seeds. So I have 5 seeds here. I'm gonna be using my glue to glue on the seeds all around the pumpkin. So now we're going to add the ooey gooey guts all into the pumpkin. So you can do it however you want, and you want to use your glue again, and you can just put it all in a swirl so that the string will stay on. Okay, so now we're gonna label all our parts on our pumpkin. And the first thing I'm gonna label is my stem. And stem is actually a vocab word. Do you guys remember what stem means? The stem is the main body or stalk of a plant. So do you guys know where the stem is gonna be labeled? Yeah, I'm gonna label my stem right here. Oh, that's really sloppy. Okay, and the next part I'm gonna label is my seeds. And seeds is also a vocab word. Do you guys remember what seeds are? Seeds are something you plant to make more plants or flowers. So I'm gonna find my seed and I'm just gonna label it. And the next thing I'm gonna label is guts. Do you guys know which one is the guts? Yeah, our yellow string. Do you guys remember what guts means? Guts are the inside of a living object. Okay, well, thanks for making our pumpkin with us, guys. And this is how our pumpkin turned out. So how did your pumpkin turn out? Do you like the way your pumpkin looked? So how many seeds do you guys think is in a pumpkin, or how many did you glue on yours?
What color is a pumpkin?
Can you eat a pumpkin? Is a pumpkin a vegetable?
Bye, little hogs.